Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's been like forever since I've been on YouTube again. Life just kind of been life in, you know. Um, but today I'm back here to cook with you guys. I'm gonna make apple pie, apple fritters, whatever you want to call them, because I bought apples the other day at Farm Boy. If you don't know what Farm Boy is, I mean, there's a lot of it at Ottawa. So I started shopping there recently. It was next to my work office. My coworker and I went shopping one day to Farm Boy, and the food there is mad good. Like it's really good. And so one day I was like, you know what? Because I got sushi there first. I got sushi there, and I was like, the sushi is really good. I didn't know they had like food, like meals and stuff, right? So I was like, let me go shopping at Farm Boy after work because I needed groceries regardless. So I bought whatever, and I was like, you know what? Let me make some. Let me make some apple pies. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make apple pies today. This is like the first time in like 3 years that I made like an apple pie. The first time it was like my first year in Ottawa, when I was living in the student housing, which you can actually watch. It's on my YouTube channel. But yeah, before we get started, if you see like my face is I look oily, it's because it's so hot in here and my fan is broken and I don't know how the AC works. So this is what we're gonna get today. And let's get started. Alright, so I start with butter, Bessel butter or any butter really. And for apples, I am going to be using 3 apples to make my pies. And now for the ingredients, the dry ones, I'd say cinnamon, sugar, and flour. And I just used 1 egg for this since it wasn't for a lot of people. And now, so what I'm doing is I'm just peeling off the skin. I mean, I've never heard of apple pies being made with the skin on. If you want to leave that, that's up to you, but I would suggest that you just peel it off like I'm doing there. And you might just see me peel it for a while, so enjoy that. You can skip also if you want to. You know the gist of it. You can skip this part if you want. So now I'm just cutting into small pieces, most likely cube pieces, to fit into the pie crust. You don't have to cut it the way I did. I just did it to not cut into the core, but essentially I just cut it into small cubes. Here's the finished product. And I'm just doing the same thing essentially with the second apple. I'm not sure if I skip it or not from here. Oh, okay, I skip it. So, yeah, you're gonna do the same thing with the second apple. And so after you've cut your apple slices, you're gonna put your pan on the stove with the butter. Let the butter melt for a minute. It melts pretty quickly. And then you're gonna put your apples in. You're gonna let it simmer for a little bit. You're gonna add your sugar and cinnamon at this stage too. I kind of just put a lot in there because I'd rather it be sweet than taste like nothing. So use it at your discretion. But yeah, I kind of just mixed it in there and I let it simmer. And this, I did it for 5 to 10 minutes just to be sure, but whatever feels right. So now for these ingredients, you're gonna put it in a larger bowl. I use the pot because I don't have a larger bowl. Just gonna let that play out. I guess I didn't know it was that long. Okay, so the flour, you're gonna start off with that since it's mostly dry ingredients in the bowl. I didn't really put any specific measurements. I kind of just eyeballed it, and with depending on how many people I would be serving, that's what I did. And in a smaller bowl, you're gonna put your butter. I also just eyeballed the butter amount depending on the ratio of the flour. And you're gonna crack 1 egg. I think 1 egg would be enough depending again on how much batter you want to make, and then you'll add sugar. After adding all those ingredients, you're gonna whisk it. My whisk, I do own one, but I didn't feel like it was gonna do a good job as a fork, so I'm kind of just whisking it with the fork until it's all mixed up, until it's smoother, less chunky. Yeah, so now I got the whisk just to end it off there. You're gonna bring back your bowl of flour, and then you're just gonna dump the ingredients in there that you just whisked, so the butter, the eggs, and the sugar. So this is milk. My milk carton was done, so I kind of just poured the milk bags in that bottle anyways. So I just put a tiny bit of milk in the batter. I know like some people would probably just do it without milk and just start kneading it, but I feel like the milk breaks it down a little better so that it's easier to mix. And I'm starting off with the whisk, and I'm adding milk progressively until it's good enough for me to start kneading with my hands. And there you go. Yeah, I'm kneading with my hands now. Do not be afraid to get in there, really like get your nails dirty and whatever, because I wanted it to be soft. I didn't want it to be crummy when I put the apples in it eventually, so I kind of just went all in there, kneaded it, added milk as necessary until it was the texture that I wanted. All right, so take out a cutting board or whatever tray, and you, as you already saw, I already started the first one already, but like this is basically what I did. I took the batter out and I started spreading it, kneading it, stretching it to give space for when I put the apples in it later. I did that for the bottom where I put the apples on top, and I just did the same thing with this part of the batter so that I can put it. And as you see, I'm just measuring to see if it would be large enough for the whole covering of the apples, and just depending on what you feel, keep kneading it until you're satisfied. This one's a little wonky, but like whatever, it's my first time making these, so not too much. But yeah, you're just gonna put it on top, and now I'm just putting those two pieces together. I'm connecting it with the fork so that they can kind of merge into one dough and also cover the apples and cover the space that needs to be covered. And I also wanted some aesthetic, I guess, of what a general apple pie would look like, so I used the fork. Yeah, so I'm just using the knife to kind of trim the edges there. I don't know what happened to the lighting of the video. But yeah, and now I'm just slicing in little slits at the top so that it could have breathing room when you put it in the oven so that it cooks better. And I'm just doing the same thing for the second apple pie. You can skip this part if you already got the gist of it. But yeah, I'm kind of just doing that. Gentle summer breeze dances around me like a distant memory. And I know talk is cheap, so when we conversate, it's okay if we don't speak. What are you waiting for? Yeah, so this is kind of what they look like. They look so different, but you know, I was just working with what I thought would work. And now you just put it in the oven after you've done the things.
Leave me alone!
Hey, I'm currently editing right now, so I didn't show my reaction at the end of the video because I just wanted to be done with it. It took like an hour to do. Well, it took more than an hour, but it just, the whole process was super long because I had to put up the equipment and everything. But I tried it and it's a 10 out of 10. I even gave it to my roommate. She loves it. 10 out of 10. I gave it to my coworkers. They loved it. So this is a sign for you to make it the way I made it because you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to love it. So